With my outline snapshot font, you can make some interesting titles. I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. I've got my outline snapshot font selected over here, and I'm going to click the text icon, and I'm going to type in the word colorful, but I'm mixing up uppercase and lowercase letters. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And my title, what I'm doing is I'm replacing a title on an old layout. It was a little bit boring, so I decided to jazz it up a little bit. And I can use up to 6 inches across on my title. And I'm just going to do this roughly now because I'm going to move my letters together and rearrange them the way I want them. And to do that, I need to ungroup. Once I've done that, I'll just click away, and I'm going to start moving my letters closer together, and I'm going to play around with them just to be a little bit interesting and different. And I don't want them lined up exactly. Lined up at the bottom of the So now I'm going to zoom in, and you see I don't want them all lined up at the bottom evenly. So I just want to see what this is looking like. Sometimes it's a little bit too squished maybe. For example, I don't think I want this quite that far together. Rather have it a little bit more like that. And then my L, because you see wherever this is intersecting, it's going to be welded later. So I'm going to be left with this is going to be empty. This area is going to be empty. Where you've got the outline, that's where you're going to have cardstock. So that's what you're thinking about as you're moving your letters around. Do I want that up there? Or I think maybe just like that. And not too close together over there. I don't want the letters to look completely squished either. Okay, move this out of the way a little bit. And that a little bit taller. My U coming in over here. And the L. Okay, so I like that placement. I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to weld it together. I'm going to click the modify window up here and then weld. And now you see how that's all welded together? And just have a look at it and see if you like it, if there's anything you want to change, because you can undo this and start back. And I do want to change this a little bit over here. So I'm going to undo that so it's unwelded. And I'm just going to drag my, whoops, I didn't want to double click there. I'm just going to drag my C in a little bit more like that. And then I'll weld again. Modify window and then weld. Yeah, I like that better. And then the rest of it, that's looking good. So then I want to create a second part where the insides of this is going to be filled with another color. So I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to make a copy of this. And then I'm going to paste that. Drag it away. And in this case, I'm going to ungroup. I'll release the compound path. It'll do the same thing. And I'm going to remove all the inside pieces. So that all I'm left with is the outline. It's going to be a block that's going to fit over that, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. See, it's all the inside pieces that I'm removing. Okay, there it is. So that's all one piece. I'm going to make this a different color so that you can see what I mean. I need to use my color fill window, and I'm going to fill this with orange. fill this one with yellow. So you see, the parts that are going to cut are the yellow here, and the parts that are going to cut is the orange here. So if I move this over, and I want it in front to show you what I mean, I'm going to bring it forward, and I'm going to move this over on top of my orange text, and that's what it's going to look like when I glue them together. So I've got two pieces to cut out now. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to cut these out in my different color cardstock, and then I'll show you what the layout looks like. So since I'm cutting out two different colors, I'm going to choose to cut out by color. I need to check my advanced option up here, and I'm going to choose by line color. Actually, I'm not going to choose by line color because they're the same. I'm going to choose fill color. So you can see now I have two colors here. I've got my yellow, and if I clear the orange, you're going to see that the red lines disappear. And if I check my yellow, you're going to see that I've got brighter lines up here now, and that's what would cut. And that's the first thing I want to cut, and I want to make sure it's up a little bit further on my mat. So I have my yellow checked, and I'm going to send that to the silhouette. Now I'm ready to cut out my orange text, so I'll go back to my cut settings window. I'm going to clear the check mark on my yellow, and I'm going to check the orange so that this piece cuts out, and I'll send that to the silhouette. I'm showing you the pictures again. You can see on the left was the before, and this was kind of boring up over here. And on the right, you can see that I've now changed this title to what I designed using my font, and it looks much more colorful now, and it has more interest in there. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.